My name is Renee, and I'm the pastoral intern here at Victory. Well, a few days ago, my husband and I were doing our daily Bible reading, and we came across a curious passage in Mark chapter 11. It's about Jesus cursing a fig tree. We had questions. Why did Jesus just walk up to a fig tree and curse it because it had no fruit? It seems kind of harsh. And a similar account is told in Matthew. So, looking at Mark chapter 11, verses 12 through 14, it says, "On the following day, when they came from Bethany, he was hungry. And seeing in the distance a fig tree and leaf, he went to see if he could find anything on it. Well, when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. And he said to it, 'May no one ever eat fruit from you again.' And his disciples heard it." Okay, to place this strange encounter into context, this is the last week of Jesus' life. Jesus has just entered Jerusalem triumphantly the day before. That's the day we call Palm Sunday. And of course, Palm Sunday, everyone was excited because they thought Jesus was going to deliver them from Roman occupation. That night, Jesus and his disciples leave Jerusalem and they stay overnight in Bethany. Well, now it's the next day. They head back into the city. And Mark tells us they're hungry. They see this fig tree in the distance and it's covered with leaves. But upon coming up closer to it, they discover, even though it's covered with leaves, there's no fruit on it. All right, a quick lesson on fig trees. Fig trees in Israel can actually bear fruit 10 out of 12 months of the year. So if it has leaves, even in the off season, it should have fruit. And fruitful fig trees are actually considered a symbol of blessing and prosperity for the nation of Israel. A fig tree then without figs, it symbolizes judgment and rejection. So the fact that this fig tree looked like it should be bearing fruit because it had leaves, but then upon closer inspection, no fruit, this represented the spiritual deadness of Israel. Wow. The people of Israel, in other words, outwardly put on a good show with their sacrifices and their ceremonies, but inside, they were spiritually barren because of their sin. Now, right after cursing the fig tree, this is when Jesus goes into the temple. And you know what happens there? He cleanses it of all of the money changers. And Jesus performed both of these actions to demonstrate his coming judgment of Israel and his ability to carry it out. Okay, so you might ask, what does a cursed fig tree have to do with us? Well, Jesus was actually demonstrating an important principle here, something for us to think about. Do we outwardly profess our belief in Christ, but bear no fruit? If we do, we're just like that fig tree, putting on a good show. Matthew in chapter 7, verses 17 reminds us, a good tree bears good fruit. In other words, if we have faith in who Christ is, we will bear good fruit. We actually can't help it. And it has nothing to do with who we are, but it has everything to do with who he is. And yes, the Apostle Paul reminds us, it is by grace through faith that we're saved and not through deeds, so that no one can boast. But when we're in Christ, we will bear good fruit. John 15, verses 5 through 8 says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you're like a branch that's thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, Ask whatever you wish. It will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. Okay, so let's not be like the fig tree that puts on appearances but has no fruit. As Christ's disciples, let's go forth and bear so much fruit for the glory of his name. Now, please make sure to like, share, and comment below, and have a blessed day.